Yes, the world's going mad. In fact, I'm not actually sure I'm allowed to say the word mad anymore. That's where we are. So 2 stories broke today that made me put my own fist in my mouth and then bite down on it so hard that I nearly drew blood. Firstly, there are going to be trigger warnings at performances of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet at the Globe Theatre. Yes, it's bad news for Shakespeare fans, as audiences will be alerted to the fact the show includes fake blood, drug use, moments of violence and suicide. I hope there's no spoilers in there for anyone. After all, it is a new release, and you might not have had time to go and check it out for yourself yet. I think this is deeply patronising for people. We can't over-sanitise life, we can't over-sanitise art, we also can't give in to a group of people who see trauma in everything. The kind of people pushing for trigger warnings are usually either offended by everything or afraid of everything anyway. They're the kind of people that would sit in the front row of a comedy gig and say, you know what, I was offended from start to finish. Well, leave then. I watched the entirety of Lord of the Rings trilogy, back to back, and I hated every single minute of it. Turn it off. Watch La La Land instead. I think these are the kind of people who want us all to jazz hand instead of clap. And I don't want to give in to those people. Please don't misunderstand me. The world can be a very scary place, and I think we've come a long way when it comes to recognising that people have things like anxiety and other such conditions, and that we need to be sensitive to that and, frankly, offer them better mental health care. That's a must. But nobody has the right to not be offended. Life is a game of risk. We take calculated risks every single day, whether it's crossing a road, what food we eat, getting on an aeroplane, frankly, just leaving the house at all. I see things every single day that offend me. People offend me every single day, but I get on with it. I don't want to ban things. First come the trigger warnings, then comes the cancellation. Cancel culture is very real. People just can't take offence anymore. If you say something people don't like, gone are the days where people rolled with the punches. Now they slam you on social media, trying to get you fired from your job and probably pressure your wife into leaving you and taking the kids with her as well. But there was another story today that got me going. The iconic deck chairs in Bournemouth are going to be banned just in case someone uses them as a weapon. Yep, deck chairs have been a part of Bournemouth's coastline for 100 years, but now apparently they're a threat to life and must be cancelled. We're cancelling deck chairs in the name of public safety. And this is the point. Yes, they're only deck chairs. Yes, I'm not going to sit here on national television and get genuinely angry about a cloth and wood-based sun lounger. But these deck chairs now symbolise something. It's the life of the masses, most people being impacted upon because a small group of people decided that an even smaller group of people may or may not do something to someone that's bad one day. We can't live our lives like that. We can't see risk and danger in everything and then change everything to accommodate for that. Where does this end? Will we one day be confronted with the reality of being allowed out of our own padded cells for an hour a day, putting our Factor 70 sun cream on underneath our clothes, which are made out of bubble wrap, putting our earplugs in just in case we accidentally hear a joke, and making someone sign a consent form before you say hello to them in the street? I don't want to live in that world. I just find it, I'm sat here trying not to actually get angry about a deck chair, but I am pretty angry about a deck chair.
Yeah, honestly, I think I've kind of come to accept it as a fact of life that people will now just literally be offended at anything and everything. They'll always find a way. I think it's almost a personality type now, or I was going to say a mental health condition, but I don't think I can make that joke anymore. But
no,
honestly, I think it's a bit of an illness. I just genuinely think it's a bit of an illness now that people genuinely go out of their way to just find offence and everything and cancel everything. And to be honest, if you don't, everybody knows how Romeo and Juliet ends, surely. If you're going to the Globe Theatre to see Romeo and Juliet and you're genuinely going to be offended and triggered by the fact that, I mean, just don't go.
There's a load of other things out there you can watch, really. And I think there's a difference between people, the bad old days of people having to put up with genuinely offensive stuff and biting their lip and that making a big impact on their life, and people now looking at a deck chair and thinking, well, if the council doesn't take it away, what if someone just comes and smashes it over the back of Gary's head? You know, we can't live like that.